church, there was always a long sermon, and it was very boring and condescending, and you had to sit so still, staring straight ahead of the speaker. Or you could take notes, show off, but you could never draw, or play hangman, or write something that was clearly too entertaining to be notes on that sermon up there. But before all of that, we would have a worship session, backed by a full band. And the songs in the songbook we placed under each seat were things we were so proud to have made ourselves. But the songs were just the foreplay for the main event, which also happened to be the first time that our church was a little bit different. We called it Singing in Tongues. It sounded something like sing babbling to the untrained ear. But to us, it was a state you might reach where you could feel God's power moving through you. Unintelligible words would come out of your mouth in a flow-like state that was said to be angels speaking through you. But you couldn't just jump right into that state out of nowhere. It had to be finessed.
Love it.
So you would start by getting into position. Relaxing your arms at your sides, hands near your hips, palms facing towards the sky. Softening your gaze, you would wait for the worship leader to move from the last line of a song into a free-form chant that quickly gained momentum. His hands would go from a state of receiving to a state of being so filled with that power that he had something to give to God for a change. As his arms would rise, his eyes would close, save for flickering glimpses of their whites, and you would be standing there, waiting, and just to test it, you would start moving sounds around like marbles in your mouth. You would be looking around to see where everyone's arms were at. And you would consider whether you were ready to jump in, because it was, in fact, a gamble. There had been some services where you had just gotten your arms in the air and the worship leader dropped theirs and everyone went silent. And you felt feverishly interrupted, having to shake off your obvious state of spiritual arousal. And there had been other times when you felt the Spirit moving through you right away and you didn't hesitate to jump in. And the worship leader, probably feeling this energy, would catch some unexpected wave of stamina and keep going and going. And you would start to feel the full weight of your arms in the air. The language that had been flowing through you stopped flowing. You found yourself repeating the line you just said, like maybe you had been making it up. Your head filling with distraction, you would keep your eyes partially open to watch for any sign that those arms on the podium were showing any signs of falling, praying to God to make it to that finish line, until finally the sound would lower and everyone's arms went down and you could finally sit. through that sermon, and eventually have everyone's eyes followed you as you went to the front of the sanctuary to drop your money in the offering, and then found your way through the crowd and went home with your family, or perhaps catch a ride to that vegetarian Chinese restaurant that we would go when we needed somewhere to stop on our way back from wherever we've just been. That piece is inspired by a book that I'm putting together with some other members of the cult I grew up in. We're still collecting stories and forming the group, but it's basically a new kind of cult memoir where we collect stories from all the people who were raised in it, didn't make a choice to put in it, trying to gather not just trauma expose, but just the textures of everyday life in it. So it's called The Dead Word right now because the church was called The Living Word. And if you have any insights for collecting memoir information in a thoughtful way, find me afterwards. Thank you.